Broadcasting live from Planet Madison, where everything is beyond parody. This is the Vicki McKenna Show. Now, here's Vicki McKenna.
I just clicked on Facebook, which I don't normally do during the show, but I saw this cute picture of a little girl posing with her deer, a buck that she had shot. And I thought, oh, this is probably one of my friend's daughters who got a nice deer. And I clicked on the picture to see what was going on and whose kid it was. It wasn't anybody's kid. It was a story from outdoornews.com. And I'll just read the story. It was posted yesterday by a writer named Mike Moore at outdoornews.com. And you can probably find this if you go to that website. You can probably find it under the Ohio section of outdoornews.com. He says, an incident of a hunter shaming recently came across my desk, and this situation is really beyond the pale. Let me lay it out for you. A 9-year-old girl from Northeast Ohio, Dominique Yatsko, was lucky enough on youth weekend to harvest a really nice buck. She tagged the deer where it lay and checked all the boxes to make sure it was a legal kill. It was her first deer. Her family has a tradition that when one of its members takes his or her first deer, they celebrate the occasion as well they should. In this case, that include getting Dominique a sweatshirt with her photo posing with her buck on it. No blood, nothing like that. Just Dominique, it's just the same cute picture of this girl and her buck. This is where the story takes a weird turn. Dominique proudly wore her sweatshirt to school and soon after was told by her teacher that, quote, killing animals is not what we do. Shaming, in other words. The way her mother tells it, Dominique was so shamed by the teacher and ridiculed by others at the school that she threw the sweatshirt in the trash as soon as she came home. Dominique's mom says, we're a farming family and ancestors have lived in this area since 1827. She's used to raising livestock, planting crops, planting fields for wildlife, as well as hunting. Heidi took the matter up with school officials, hoping to get an apology for a perfectly legal activity enjoyed by thousands of Ohioans, nothing more. One was not forthcoming, however. The principal's quote to her mom was, we don't have dead animals at school. Then mind you, this is a T-shirt, not an animal. So her mom said, well, then what do you serve in the cafeteria? It's not lost on me that Dominique shot the deer on November 20th during the statewide youth season that is specifically geared by the DNR Division of Wildlife just for that sort of activity. She scouted the deer. She didn't just shoot the first thing she saw. She practiced. She did everything right. Heidi and her family all grew up as hunters and weren't afforded the opportunity of a special youth season tailored just for that purpose. There's so many good opportunities out there now, Heidi said. We do whitetail dinners for youths, and she's been involved in all of that. This was Dominique's first year of hunting and hopefully not her last. Shame on the adults in this situation for being so unenlightened. So we're all about bullying, right? We're all about bullying and not picking on people. And you have a teacher who bullied her student, who shamed her student because the student hunted a deer. Wow. Okay. And was proud of her hunt. I would have said, if I were the teacher, oh, Dominique, that's an interesting shirt you've got on. What's that? And she could have proudly told me as a 9-year-old that she got her first buck. I would have let her enjoy that moment. And if any other student had come up to me to complain, I would have said, well, hunting is how we make sure we conserve wildlife. I would have used it as a teachable moment to say, what you eat in the cafeteria, somebody actually had to harvest somewhere. And maybe that was at a slaughterhouse, or maybe it was in the field. I would have used it as an opportunity to share with students where their food comes from and how someone's got to go get it. Someone's got to kill the deer. Someone's got to kill the cow. Somebody has to skin it and clean it and do all of that and process it so that those kids can go into the cafeteria and eat a yummy hamburger. And then I would have maybe used it as an opportunity to talk about how truly, if you are a real conservationist or a real environmentalist, you would support making sure you have appropriate, adequate wildlife harvesting so that the populations can stay sustainable, so that the rest of the people of Ohio or Wisconsin or Minnesota who don't want to shoot them and eat them can at least enjoy looking at them. But no, They tried to shame a little 9-year-old girl because that little 9-year-old girl is raised by a family that values hunting, that values conservation, and not only values it, but says, you got to be proud of what you just did there because it was pretty cool. On her very first day out, she gets a buck. Awesome. What the hell's the matter with people? You're all about bullying, and we can't have bullies, and here you have an adult bullying a child, shaming a child, and making her feel like crap for doing something she's proud of. Despicable.